What's up, everyone? Welcome back to NYU Grads Daily Podcast. It is Wednesday, July 19th. I'm recording this in the evening, almost 10 o'clock here in New York. Hope everyone is well. Um, I'm going to do a little bit, same format, but I'm going to kind of focus on a few companies today that were kind of in the spotlight in the news because overall, the market is pretty much doing the same thing every day. It's just new highs everywhere. Um, but yeah, I was in the back of a boat on the Hudson River today, and it was very hot, more muggy than hot, but the winds were good, so it was a good day to be out on the water. And I'm just looking at Manhattan, the beautiful skyline, and all I can see is market profile, and high volume nodes in the skyscrapers. I know I have a very sick mind, sick eyes, but hey, I have some news for you. Everyone, I bought my dream car. I ordered the new Tesla Cybertruck. No, no way. Not even if hell freezes over. Before I jump into the markets, I'll tell you a little bit of history about my experience with Wall Street and the markets in general. I graduated from NYU from Stern School of Business in '99 at the height of dot com craze. I remember getting on a plane and sitting next to a woman who was so happy, to be working at pets.com, and she loved her job, and she was telling me how she could bring her two dogs to the office. And I remember vividly my senior year of college, all of the students would skip class to day trade because of how crazy those markets were back in '99. I remember we were just watching the bid ask spreads during the daytime for Ask Jeeves, the search engine that is no longer around. Um, and I'm getting very similar vibes, where no one could do anything wrong. Uh, Everyone is giving their own stock tips, right? It's not like everyone's asking, "Hey, what should I buy? What should I invest in?" It's, "Yo, you should buy some Tesla. You should buy some Netflix. You should buy some Snowflake, Palantir. You got to get this coin." Uh, it's everyone has advice. And this morning, while I'm walking around Financial District, I kid you not, I'm trying not to curse. I saw a mentally ill person who was definitely homeless, and he walked past me, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe he'll ask for money, or just say something like a curse or belligerent. He is mumbling, okay? Mumbling words that sound like Bitcoin, Tesla. And I'm thinking to myself, is this it? Are we there? Are we almost there, Dad and Mom, in the car? Like, are we there yet? Like, this is really, really reminiscent of those 99 times. Um, for shits and giggles, I tuned into the post market close earnings call for Tesla, and it's just all about the Cybertruck, the Cybertruck. I have to get the Cybertruck. How much is the Cybertruck? When is it going to be available? Oh my God, it's going to be 39,000, 70,000 with the longer range battery. It's like it was like listening to a BTS K-pop fanboy conference call. And I listened to the Q&A, and I'm getting those vibes. I listened to some of the live streams on Twitter, And it's like Tesla can do no wrong. People were saying Tesla is a platform for their EVs, and they're just going to proliferate and take over the world. But maybe you live in Silicon Valley. Maybe you drive every day in a Tesla in California. But if you look at the map of distribution of Tesla ownership, it's predominantly in California and Florida. And I think a close third is maybe East Coast, like New York. But predominantly, it's California. And first and foremost, the Cybertruck is hideous. I don't care if it's naked aluminum or if it's colored black or if it's colored lime green like an M3 or M5 or a Porsche GT3. It's really, really ugly. Um, and I would hate to see this proliferate on the highway. But I digress. Aftermarket, Tesla is down. It kind of did nothing. It was like a nothing burger right after the close. Everyone is hemming and hawing, waited on bated breath uh, for Elon Musk to say his magic words, right? Uh, and it just kind of hung out there at like the $292 mark. And then once the call started, they started talking about compressing margins and they have to retool all their factories in Q3, so that might impact some deliveries and production. And slowly it started to dip. Nothing crazy. I think right now in overnight session is at like 279 bid, 279.07 ask. So nothing crazy. It fell like 20 points. Uh, but man, I just, whatever. It's like 290, 270, 320. My point is that it is like a cult. And I've driven Teslas. I use Turo all the time. Turo is like Airbnb for cars. When I travel, I will typically rent either very high end, like I'm talking like Porsche, Ferrari, or utilitarian. If I just need to get from point A to point B, I'm getting a Tesla Y or Tesla 3 because, they're like refrigerators that get you from, the parking lot to the parking lot, whatever. But it's a little too much, I think, the fanboyism. And I think it has the recipe of falling flat on its face, especially with all this technology coming out in competition. I think Toyota is trying to develop a solid state battery where you can fully charge the car like in 5 minutes. Uh, we'll see what happens. Okay, the analogy I like to make is everyone that has bought a Tesla since its inception, you are all the beta testers, and you are paying a premium to beta test all this technology for the rest of the market who are still driving around in our dinosaur oil powered vehicles. So we'll see what happens to Tesla moving forward. It's like the must own stock next to Apple and Nvidia right now. But I'm going to move on. So Netflix also reported after the close. They reported subscriber growth, but that's kind of expected, right? When you say you can't share passwords and logins anymore, sure, you're going to have more signups. That's a given, okay? That's not rocket science. However, it is down quite a bit after earnings. Um, in the overnight session, it is down 8.1%. Who knows what will happen in the morning? They might jack this back up all the way to 477, but it's $438 in the aftermarket session. I'll be honest with you. You know, I used to love Netflix's story, right? Because uh, I looked at Blockbuster, and if you were to go back in time when Blockbuster, you would actually go to Blockbuster, rent videos, and they were publicly traded at the time, if you don't know. and Netflix was private, and they were mailing 2, 3 DVDs to your house through the post office. If you ask me who can win that market, I would say Blockbuster. They have the money, the capital. They're publicly traded. They can go to the financial markets and raise debt and compete on the streaming side. But they died. And Netflix right now, there's no innovation. Everyone that has Netflix outside of this username sharing, everyone that is going to have Netflix has Netflix. So only a few things can happen here. Either they keep raising prices to increase their top line, or their margins are going to compress because more and more they're going to have to keep buying these baking shows, cooking shows, and Korean dramas, and all these crappy movies that they have that they make, um, just to keep our subscribers, or their subscribers, right? So uh, if Netflix disappeared tomorrow with the snap of a finger, right, and all of that movie content that's not produced by Netflix was on, I don't know, YouTube TV or Hulu or whatever, would we really care? Right? And if we love those Netflix originals, those would also be sold to, I don't know, Disney Plus or wherever, Amazon Prime, and you can still watch those shows. Would you really care that Netflix disappeared off the face of the earth? So I am worried about longevity of Netflix. What stuck out? I'm going to try to get off my rant here. A good friend of mine, Tim Knight from Slope of Hope, he posted on Twitter the market has gone 37 trading days without a single day down, even 1%. 37. This is getting to that territory where, like I said, the bum on the street is giving stock tips. Your grandma is asking about XRP and 0 day expiration options. It's just getting close, Um, let's see, the yield curve. There's a great YouTube post by Game of Trades. He posted, and I'll share this on the show notes today, that the yield curve is worse now than 1929 and 2008. And I just posted yesterday that there are four signals that I look for a downturn in the markets and just the overall business climate. Yield curve being one, the Fed pivot being two, um, unemployment rising being three, and there's just some really troubling signs despite everything being at all-time highs. Right, everyone is telling you this is a new bull market. There's going to be less and less people telling you, sorry, I almost cursed. Watch your back, be prudent, because right now, everyone and anyone can impress people by saying, buy NVIDIA, which is up like how many fold in the last 6 months. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to do that. So let's take a look. Oh, another thing that stuck out today, the VIX is up 3.46% despite all of this buying mania. At 10 a.m., the VIX went green, and it just kept going. So, like I said, I think the VIX is, in the nominal terms, whether it's VIX is at 16, 15, 13, 10, 6, all of those are basically zero, right? Risk, there is no risk, right? You should be hedging right now, because to buy puts, even if you believe the market's going to go to 40,000 Dow, right now to buy insurance on your bullish positions is nearly free. So just be note of that. Let's go. I normally like to start with the breadth numbers because I think, again, that's a very good habit. So today, there were 914 new highs, only 98 new lows. So, um, it was still bullish, but it wasn't like uh, there were like thousands of new lows. So it's kind of balanced, I would say. Not too much difference between nine. I mean, there is a difference, but 900 new highs versus 98 new lows is not something to write home about. 60% of the shares were advancing, 35% were declining. If you're wondering where's the delta to make up 100, that usually means unchanged, right? There are stocks that don't really move. Some things that I'm looking at the S&P 500 heat map. Microsoft is down 1.23% today. Google is down 1%. Not a big deal. They've been on a run. They could just be pausing for another run. Who knows? But very bullish day. When I look at all the groups and the sectors, you know, nothing really big in the red, right? Like, even real estate was up, tech was up, consumer defensive was up, uh, basic materials was down 0.4%. Again, nothing big to the red side. It was a very bullish day. I noticed at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, while I was on the boat, uh, I don't know if it was algos because I didn't see any news flow, or just anticipation of Tesla earnings. At 2 p.m., all the mega cap tech stocks, the Magnificent Seven, just started rising, like just on the nose. It was like, boom, we're not going down anymore. We're just going up. What was uncharacteristically strong? I mean, Carvana. Okay, if you owned Carvana yesterday and you were up 40% today, okay, like this is what I'm talking about. Ship like this. Um, yeah, they're like about to go out of business, but because they're restructuring their bad debt, they're up 40%. Okay. Other companies that are up, um, consumer credit type names are up. When I go into like a firm, this is the company that does the buy now, pay later. They're up 3.5%. Ally Financial are also up today. Look at that ticker symbol where it netted out 5.44% for Ally Financial. Upstart was up close to like 5% today. They are like, for lack of a better word, lower credit score, automotive loan using AI. Like what is that? What Okay. Anyway, all right. That's another one that's up. And I warned everyone that Verizon being down 2 days ago, I felt like that was just going to snap back, right? If Verizon's up 5% again today, I've never seen oil company CEOs go to jail. I don't foresee Verizon or T-Mobile executives going to jail for lead covered wires under the ground. I truly think this is just going to be a settlement and a small slap on the wrist, and you'll never hear about it again. What was weak? Not much, um, let's see. I got Discover Financial. That's the credit card. I don't have one anymore, but I used to. DFS. So Discover Financial was down 12.43% today. Neely on Twitter, her handle, I'm going to post the snapshot so I'm not stealing her content. Neely Taminga posts, woof, these Discover Financial credit numbers are not pretty. Comparing Q2 with Q1 trends, card volume slowed, but delinquencies and charge offs sped up. I really feel that the consumer is going to buckle here. The consumer can only take so much. They're also saying that Discover falsified some of their accounting mistakes, quote unquote, and the FDIC is probing. That was really the only wart that I saw. The other one that I saw through my Twitter stream, you can also always find me there on Substack. Or I'm sorry, the Twitter handle is NYU grad Substack, all one word. But just taking a look there, there is a Craig Fuller who runs Freight Alley is his Twitter handle. I came across one of his tweets about the freight industry and what's going on, not only with the UPS potential strike, but there is a LTL freight carrier, Yellow, that is basically potentially at risk of going under, and they're not paying creditors, they're not contributing to their employees' payrolls. So the gist is that there might be a perfect storm coming that might impact both. If UPS workers strike, you will have in the national freightways a condition where you'll have no UPS trucks roaming the streets and no yellow trucks uh, taking packages for freight. And if you don't know, like, freight is how things are moved in this country. The stuff you order from Amazon uh, get to your door by truck. And before UPS, FedEx, Post Office gets it, those items are moved by LTL freight truckers that pick up these items from like Amazon warehouses or third party logistics warehouses, and then take that to the last mile delivery, which is UPS, FedEx, uh, Post Office, and Amazon Prime drivers, right? So this could become a issue. So keep a lookout for Yellow is the company name. You definitely have seen their trucks on the highway. But yeah, that's it. Today was a little bit longer. I do apologize for the rant on Tesla. I think we're getting to that territory of just nosebleed. Hey, my dog and cat recommended I buy something in the stock market today. With that, thank you for joining again. Please subscribe to my Substack at nyugrad.substack.com. Again, Twitter is nyugradsubstack. And I would love to hear from you. My email is nyugrad@protonmail.com. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you're in any of like these shares that I discussed today, I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research. This is just for entertainment and knowledge share. Enjoy your evening if you're listening to this at night. If you're waking up and listening to this in the morning, good morning and have a great day.